right, we are back with another episode of We Were Athletes Once NBA edition. Today we got a special guest in the building filling in for Marcus and Drew. Hopefully we can have him on a guest on here more frequent to give his insight. We got Reggie joining the pod. What's up, Reggie? What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? You see the
Hey,
flag in the
man.
background. It's been
Yes,
a rough
sir.
week.
Yes.
Rough week.
Yes, sir. I know, man. I know. And for the people, man, before we kick off this rough week, man, I gotta let y'all know we are on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Um, Apple, all your sites for your podcast. We are on there. We were athletes once. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share the channel. If you got any ideas to enhance the content, to enhance the pod, please we're all open for to increase this podcast. So we would love y'all's feedback, and again, we appreciate the support. So we're gonna dive right into the tough week. For all you listeners out there that don't know, Reggie is a Duke fan, and man, the biggest topic in college basketball was that Duke and UConn. So as we shift from, before we get into the NBA, we definitely want to touch base on that, being Reggie being that Duke fan, man. Reggie, start it off and just let us know when the shot went in. How did you feel? Went through your mind?
Depression. I mean,
Mm.
man, I was sitting in my living room, standing up at the TV in my living room, and right when that shot went in, I just fell to my knees. I literally fell to my knees and was just out of it for about 15 seconds. I couldn't believe it. The game was won.
It
The game
was
was won.
one. It was one. I got a question for you, man, as far as when it comes to Duke. And off camera, we've had our talk, but is there ever a sense of being a Duke fan, you guys having that pressure every year, getting, top recruits, NBA, potential number one picks, and especially under Shire's, since Coach K has got, left the realm, is there kind of just a sense of like pressure on him or Duke as far as a national championship, or is it kind of the of the kind of the idea of like a Laker fan and a Dallas Cowboy fan, like, hey, we're gonna be good and competitive every year, but if we win, we're still good. If we lose, we're still good. Is there a sense of pressure when you guys don't win a national championship, or is Elite Eight good enough?
I think Elite Eight is good enough for
Hmm,
really any program. Um, when you look at historically, there's not many teams that make it to Elite Eight often.
that's
There's
true.
not many teams. You got the Blue Bloods, as in Duke and North Carolina and Kansas, and even UConn, that make it often. But with being a Duke fan, the pressure is there every single year because, like you
Yeah.
mentioned, we get the Cooper Flags, the Kyrie Irvings, the
Hmm.
Jason Tatum's, the Zion Williamson, and there's so much hype behind them from the media, from them from high school, even from the NBA and what they could be. So when you have the feats of people saying you're going to be the next LeBron James or the next big thing, of course, you are to win at every single level. So
Yeah.
to go into every single season with Duke, it is the expectation to win a
Mm,
national championship. We have won five in the last 30 years, which not many teams have done that.
that's
So
true.
there is a intense pressure every single year to be able to do so. Now it is hard because all five or all of the people that we bring in are typically always freshmen. We don't keep a lot of people because Duke just produces NBA talent, and they are one and done players most of the time.
Yeah.
So it creates a new pressure of not having connection with the team for long periods of time, where it's hard to get over that hump of that Final Four. But John Shire has done an amazing job over the first 4 years, going 127 or 124 and 27, and making it to a Final Four, making it to multiple Elite Eights out of his 4 years thus far.
That's
So
true.
I would say it's been a successful season. But when you're a blue blood like Duke or Kansas or North Carolina or UConn, the expectation is championship or bust every single year.
For sure. And on those programs like this, it's kind of like you have an advantage when it comes to the NILs now, like being Duke, like you can sell and get those type of prospects and sell them with NIL money. But then it's like, to your point, if John is bringing in big time players, we got him NIL money, but they're actually one and done talented players. It is harder for him to win in that short amount of time and develop those guys. So I do agree with you with what he's had these last couple of years with 17 and 18-year-old kids. You're right. I do think he's actually probably over succeeded a little bit with the age of the players that he has coming in. I mean, if you go back to Cooper, Cooper was actually what younger than everybody um, when he was there that one year. Like he played up to get to Duke, like, and I was a story too, but now I don't think a lot of people touch base, but he like reclassed up as well, and I thought that it was a smart move because if he didn't reclass, he would be in this draft class with AJ Peterson.
Hmm.
Like, this draft class is tough. I felt like he kind of came out at the right time, man. But that's another story. But man, you are right. Expectations, championship or bust. Me being a Laker fan, I know that feeling. It just sucks though, because it's like you guys did have a good season, played a great game. We talked a little bit about the well, what's his name? Not Cameron, but the other Boozer, um,
Caden.
Caden Boozer. We talked about a little bit of lack of inexperience, but also just how he was plugged in there, and he did an amazing job. These games of the tournament, and you couldn't have asked no more from him. Those type of pressure situations, man. If you've been in them, like you can't be a robot. Like, when they're pressuring you and you're trying to get it across, and there's the crowd, and it's just there's so much going on, man. Like, everybody says what they would have done, but yeah, you're not in those pressure moments, and
Ninety
you
percent of people who talk that way have never been in a high pressure situation like Caden Boozer was the other night, and it
definitely
doesn't help that Caden Boozer didn't start any game throughout the season
facts.
until the first game of the tournament. So the most difficult and high pressured situations he flourished through,
They definitely
from
did.
the first
Yeah,
game of the tournament until that last game, that last second rather, of the game against UConn. So I
no, that's
give
a
him
fact.
props. I think he's going to come back and still be a great Duke player next year.
Oh, I do too, man. I definitely do. Definitely do. And they did had a great season, man, with injuries and just no, I agree, man. And that shot, man, like I told you, man, like there was something in me watching that game where I'm like, you know what, UConn just being this type of championship DNA team along with Duke, like when you just read these two teams playing, you knew it was going to be a dogfight. You couldn't turn the TV and say, you know what, this game's over. If you don't turn it back, you just don't know basketball to know, like, hey, this is going to be a good game
Yeah,
regardless. And if you were watching it, you definitely watched a great game. I seen a clip of I think it was Jay Bayless. I think he said it a couple days ago. Like, just in general, it was just an amazing basketball game to watch, though. So if you're a fan of just the game, like, that was a game not to miss. And part of March Madness, you never miss one of those type of, like, March Madness never lacks one of those games. That's what makes the tournament and the bracket so fun as well. So kind of shifting from Duke into that Final Four, we got Arizona, we got Illinois, we have Michigan, and we got UConn. Looks like that first game up at the top of the bracket is UConn and Illinois. Who you got out of that?
who do I have? I That's a tough game.
It is a tough
I
game.
believe Illinois takes the
Oh,
game, and I know that's a strong take. I think Illinois does. I think the coaching edge goes to Hurley. I mean,
for sure.
UConn has won two of the last three national championships. That's a feat within itself. So I'll never count Hurley out.
Yeah.
But I do think with the size and the shooting of Illinois,
Mm.
they are going to be able to knock off that championship level of talent at UConn. I think
Yeah.
if Stovakovic is going to shoot the way that he has been shooting and taking over the last couple of games, and if those bigs in the middle at Illinois continue to protect the paint, there's nothing that UConn can throw at them to defeat them. That is what I believe Now, as we've seen in the Duke UConn game, you never want to count out championship mentality, and you never want to count out a last second shot. But I don't even think Illinois is going to keep it that close. I think it's
Mm,
going to be at least 5 points towards the last couple seconds of the game.
gotcha. Man, I actually am on the other side. I think UConn blows them out, and I'm the furthest thing from an Illinois fan, so I'm a little, yeah. But I do just think UConn, off of that type of shot, that type of win, I think confidence. I think they're on 10 right now. Um, I think they got the coaching edge definitely. I think that coaching's gonna have them ready to play. Pressure is on Illinois, not UConn. But
No, 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 no. The
pressure ain't on
pressure is not.
UConn.
The pressure is on UConn.
Nah,
UConn is the two-time national champ,
that's all right.
two out of the last three national champions.
That's all
They
right.
they have they have arguably the best coach of this era. There's no way that there's not more pressure on UConn than Illinois, who's it's their first Final Four since like 2005, and they have no expectation of going to the national championship. If they lose, this is still a great season for them. If UConn loses, this is a bad season
Who was
because
the
they're
pressure?
national
Who was the
championship.
pressure? Who was the pressure? Who was the pressure on between Duke and UConn?
It was Duke. I think it
Why?
was Duke because Duke had the number one player in the nation in Cameron Boozer. They had the best draft class of this last cycle from high school. They had the most expectations because they only lost 3 games this season, and they were the number one in the tournament to start the entire tournament. So there was more pressure on them, and they also are historically a more celebrated franchise and winning franchise than even UConn overall arching. So there was way more pressure on Duke to win that game than it was for UConn. Not UConn's relevancy has become more notable here
Yeah,
recently in the last 5 years when they won 2 of the last 3 national championships. So I think with Illinois, it's just lucky the way the bracket worked out. But I think if Illinois would have faced Duke or UConn, they would have lost this past round. But I think they really proved something and unlocked Stojakovic
I was
this
not.
past couple of
I
games.
was nowhere near Duke or UConn. I don't think Illinois played anybody, beat anybody of what they're about to face with a UConn type of team. They're a
I
little
agree with that.
younger. They're younger than UConn. But one thing I will give you though with Illinois, they got better shot makers. Like I like Wagner. The freshman Wagner is a dog. Like,
He's a
yes,
dog.
he's nice. Like, and that does worry me with because I don't feel like Duke had those type of players to where you like Duke's offense benefited UConn's type of defense compared to when you face Illinois, the way they move the ball, they got taller shooters, they got more shot creators. I do think it's a different game plan. I do agree with that. And I do agree that if Stojakovic comes off the bench like he's been doing, yes, it's gonna be a long night. But I'm going with Hurley and them boys, man, off of experience. No pressure because it's experience. Like they've been here before. Just do what you know what to do. And I think it'll come out your way. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think UConn was gonna come out, but we know that DNA. We know even if they didn't have Hurley, hey man, you couldn't when they had what was his name, Mike or Kevin Ollie, or they had some the coach before Hurley. It's just the DNA they have within that organization you can't sleep on,
Yep.
man. I don't know what it is, but it's just one of those franchises. It could be from Gino over on the women's side for all I know. Like there's just something about UConn, man. I don't think nobody picked UConn to win the bracket, to be honest with you. They kind of
No, but
just
UConn is they don't get the credit they're deserved.
they don't
Over the past 30 years, they're not considered a lot of times in the blue bloods of
a
Duke,
powerhouse.
Kansas,
Yeah,
North Carolina, but they have won multiple national championships. They've been to multiple Final Fours.
yeah, for sure.
They've done some good things. So
They
I
have,
think that
they have.
I think they can win it all. But I hope they don't, of course. But
Of course, no, I feel you on that. I feel you
I
on
think
that.
Illinois is I think Illinois is way more talented than people are seeing. And no, they haven't hit
Yeah,
anybody. They haven't faced anybody really big in the tournament yet. But I think this is their chance to stamp their mark on their names being in one of the best college basketball teams in the nation. And I think they do it
I
this
agree
weekend.
with that. I no, no, no. I agree with that. I like that. I like that. What do you we shift over to the bottom. We got Michigan and Arizona. Now that one right there, woo, that's a dog fight. It's just it's a dog fight with those two, man. Um,
Yeah.
I got Arizona coming out, squeaking out. Just I watched them play against Arkansas, man, and I know that's not the last game, but it was just the way they did beat them, man. Like it was just a different men amongst boys. The way they played,
Mhm.
they dunked the ball just almost like every possession in a way. Like I don't know, man. There's just a sense of like a switch on that team that can turn it on and off. However, though, I do think that Michigan being experienced, Michigan being coached well, Michigan having an All American. And forgive me, I don't know the guy's name. I'm drawing a blank over there, but um, I do think they like the winner of this game wins it all, wins even the national championship. I think this game right here wins just wins it all, man. Arizona though, I think squeaks it out. Michigan, man, all year has been a good, a team all year. I don't think they've really now they did get your Duke one time. Would they beat them twice or once this year? Twice.
No, we only faced them one time, and Duke
One.
won.
Duke won. Yep, yep. We had this
Yeah,
discussion. So I do feel like when Michigan does play them top dogs, man, they have it tough. So I think Michigan would have rather played Illinois than played Arizona, but hey, I mean it is what it is. So that game right there will be a definitely. I think that one will be the nail biter where UConn and Arizona. Well, I hope they're both good, but there's just something about with this game makes me feel like the UConn and Duke game. This
yeah,
is like I got that feeling with these two teams. This is gonna come down to that,
yeah.
man. Who you got out of that?
Out of Michigan and Arizona, that's a tough one.
It is.
You got Bradley, who's been one of the best players in the nation all year long, going to be a lottery pick. He has been
Bradley, yeah, that's his
sensational.
name. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been sensational all game long, especially in the clutch. I my heart tells me to pick Arizona over Michigan because they're a little bit better in the beginning of the game, and Michigan has struggled over the past couple of games in the on the first half.
Hmm.
And this is not a team you can struggle with on the first half.
Not
You
at
need to
all.
come out there guns a blazing. And Lindenberg is going to be a lottery pick. He from Michigan. He's going to be really quintessential to their success in this game.
Hmm.
And I also believe that depending on what happens with Cadeau,
Ooh.
the point guard for Michigan, because I did get a notification from ESPN today that he was going to be getting some tests done for some type of infection, I believe. I'd have to look that up again. But if he plays, then I think I might have Michigan squeak it
Michigan.
out because their bigs are unstoppable. And with the way the game is called today, they're going to get so many fouls down the stretch because they're just going to throw their bigs down the lane. Get into the paint, get fouled, go to the line. With the way that they call fouls today, I
Yeah.
think it pushes Michigan a little bit over the edge comparatively to Arizona. Arizona's going to have a very big lead going into the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter or the second half to be able to win this game. But
Yeah.
I'm going to say Michigan is going to win it out, and I think it's going to be Michigan and Illinois in the
Two
finals.
two Big Ten. Two Big Ten matchup. Big Ten matchup.
Hey,
Mm.
Big Ten's been the best. Big Ten has been the best conference in college basketball this season.
And I'm gonna go a step further. It's so slept on in the history of basketball. If you just go back in history of all the teams and players that come out of the Big Ten, like man, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of them, and it's always a dogfight because well, if it was a Big Ten, that's why honestly, man, I had Illinois and Iowa being closer than what it was because I'm like, hey, man, like these are two Big Ten in the same conference. They play each other multiple times. There should be kind of an advantage there. It should be a little bit more, but that did let me know Illinois was a step above. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just no. You're right, man. You're right. It's gonna be a dogfight, man. It's gonna be a dogfight. I'm actually glad with this Final Four team. I would have been fine with Duke in there too, but I just like good teams in there because we know kind of what we're gonna get. I'm cool with the Cinderella team in there at the same time, but these powerhouses and kind of well known powerhouses just it just helps the overall game, helps the ratings, helps us tune in a little bit. So I'm definitely you got the people alumni there. So
Yep.
no, it definitely puts a little bit more edge to the tournament for sure, man, for sure. So shout out to the NCAA in the Final Four, man. Ready to kick that off. I think that starts this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I'm
go.
actually
Is
going to
it
the game.
tomorrow? Is it
Yeah,
when's it start?
first starts Saturday.
Starts Saturday, man. You be in Indiana, huh?
Yep, I'll be out there for the
Lu-
game.
You lucky dog, you man. You lucky dog, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, man. We're gonna head over to we're gonna transition y'all over to the NBA edition. Uh Man, the NBA is getting cracking, man. It's heading into that playoff time. We are officially April 1st. So it's no April Fools, man. The MVP race is right now, I do believe as of the standings right now, man, they have Victor number one, Shea number two. They disrespecting your boy Jalen Brown with the Celtics. As much as I hate to say that, anything with the Celtics, man, he's definitely in the MVP conversation. He should have been mentioned. They said it was going to be a lead or what do they call it? What type of year? A gap year, or when
Yeah.
Tatum went down, he rose to the challenge. He kind of changed the narrative about himself being a 1B. He showed that he can be a 1A, the first option. So I was sketchy with that, with how Tatum was going to come back. But you know what, man, and we've talked off camera about this, but Tatum's fitting in just well. Man, the Celtics, and that's where we're gonna start off with the Celtics, man. Celtics to me, and this is just sad to say, but they've to me been the top team in the NBA right now. Like when Tatum came back and just the way now they've dropped a couple games, but nothing crazy. It's just the way they play. It's the plug in they do over there. Joe Mazzulla, I hate just saying it out my mouth, but it's just man, it's just he plugs in players over there. You got Pritchard over there looking like a white boy Kyrie. It just man, like I gotta tap my hat off to him, man. The way they just play over there. And with Tatum coming back in there and included into the mix, man, I was just like, and I said, man, Tatum's just he ain't gonna be that guy. Woo, man, looks like he ain't hurt an Achilles, man. Like it just don't like he jumps off either foot. His handle's better, plays the same. He's already been streaky to me. Like this doesn't look like nothing. Look like he just been on rest. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So it just don't. It's scary. I think Boston Celtics put the East on notice. Cade, the Pistons, the New York Knicks. I just really think they don't want no smoke right now. You being a Tatum fan, Duke fan, St. Louis, tell me about the Celtics, man.
Celtics have been looking good all year, like you said. Um, what a job, Coach of the
Yes,
year to
I gotta give you
Missoula,
that.
man. To like you said, keep a gap year, and then Jalen Brown comes out there averaging 30 points a game. Peyton Pritchard coming out averaging 20 plus a game. Like Peyton Pritchard can't be your second best player, and he was,
And
and
he
they're
was.
on track to maybe possibly win 60 games,
Come on, man. Yeah.
and that's crazy. I don't believe that they're the best team in the league.
No.
Statistically, no, it's hard when you got how deep the West is and how well Oklahoma City is playing as well without their second best player for the majority of the season. But Tatum has came back and he's looking like he's slowly but surely gotten better and better over those first 15 games or so
Yeah.
he played. He was averaging 7 and 7 or something, or sorry, 27 and 7, which is
Yep.
crazy coming off Achilles injury on a minutes restriction. We just saw him
Mm.
the other night score 32 points. Like, what do you think he's going to do? Start doing in the playoffs? Like with him and Jalen Brown there, and Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench, they're going to be. And then you still got Derek White, who's been on a little bit of a slump, but he can turn it on when he
Oh
needs
man,
to. Like
when he
they've been
needs to.
balling, and I think if that team is healthy, there's no way that they don't come out of the East. The the Brooklyn or not Brooklyn, the New York Knicks are looking rough. They just lost to a really well-oiled machine yesterday with the Houston Rockets,
Yeah.
and and everybody else in the East looks all right. The 76ers, but I don't think they're going to
Ooh.
stay healthy
Ooh. That's
at
that's a
all.
sleeper. That's a
And
sleeper right there, man. That
the
if
Pistons are
they
gonna the Pistons are gonna foul their way out. Isaiah Stewart and Jared Duran, they're gonna foul their way out of the playoffs. Um,
yeah.
they're gonna have a lot of techs.
Detroit definitely
And
needs some more. They need some
we'll
help
see if they
besides
get
Cade.
suspended from some games. I can't
Yeah,
trust them.
no, you
But they
can't.
have been looking good. They've been looking good though still, even
They've been looking
without
good without Cade.
Cade.
Yeah, they've been looking good without Cade. But I've watched that Celtics against the Thunder game, and I was just thinking, like, man, if that was that finals matchup, like, how good a basketball that'd be, to watch, and just competitive, good basketball. Like I liked watching Jalen go at Shea. I actually liked Shea taking that challenge too. Like I was a little shaky at Shea wanting to smoke like that on the defensive end, but he took the challenge. And I'm not saying Jalen didn't give it to him, but I just like that type of basketball. I like what Jalen was. I like the message Jalen was sending to the Thunder. And I tell you what, boy, we say that the Boston come out of the East, if Tatum and Brown and just that whole system is clicking, it just sucks to say, Reggie, they can win it all, man. Like they got it.
Oh yeah, you're a Lakers fan. I
I
forgot.
know, man. It just sucks. So since you say that, we gonna get off the Celtics and we gonna shift over to the Lakers because they've been the second hottest team in the NBA to me, man. They've been on a roll. I do think my Lakers have kind of found they kind of found their roles. I think they were accepting the roles a lot better too. Earlier in the season, I know me and Marcus definitely touched. We stressed how trash DeAndre Ayton was playing, and how just like, man, he wasn't playing well. He was offended that they called him a Clint Capella, but guess what? Ever since you kind of turned into Clint Capella, we've been winning. And so it's like, man, like once guys start kind of taking a page out of, this is what I like about OKC. OKC does not have the best players in the NBA. They have one player, they have the best player in the NBA, and they have a top 10 two-way player in Jalen Williams. Whatever. But everybody else, man, are just a bunch of guys that know their role, good at their role. And I like that. And I think within the way the NBA is going, especially with the salary cap, there's only so much you can do on a basketball team in NBA. They got it to where you got to have one, if not two, and a bunch of guys that know their role, and are good at it. A bunch of slashers, cutters, defensive guys, spot up shooters. Like, you got to kind of be strategic with the way you build your team now. And I'm seeing that that's kind of what the Celtics are doing too. You're surrounding Tatum and Brown with guys that just are good at what they do, and are affordable too. So, um, yeah, the Lakers, LeBron, he's accepting his role, kind of being that third, second option. Reeves kind of hasn't been playing the best of scoring, but when Reeves is out there, he's another playmaker that can give, assist and play make for others. I'm just liking what I'm seeing with the Lakers. They beat good teams as well so far in this stretch. I don't like our playoff positioning just because I don't like potentially who will play. I rather play Houston, like I've mentioned, than Minnesota. So if there's any way in these last week or two, if we can switch the standings and get out of that situation where we don't gotta face Minnesota first round, I like our chances. But man, just speaking of the Lakers, man, Luca's been on a tear, man. Luca in your MVP discussion this year?
Oh no, no,
No,
he's not in the
he
MVP
ain't been playing
discussion with me.
MVP level.
I
He ain't
think
been.
it's too. No, he's been playing MVP level for a month, but
Mm,
I believe that he's been playing well all year. But I think he jumped into the MVP conversation probably approximately about a month, maybe even a little bit more than a month ago. And I think there's been too many other people in the MVP conversation where Luka wasn't involved. Jalen Brown, Shea, Joker, Wimby, to say the four. And then Luka would be after that. Now Luka's been playing amazing, and he might have
mm,
jumped Jalen Brown, but he didn't jump. To me, he did not jump Joker. He didn't jump Wimby. He didn't jump Shea. Shea,
mm.
Joker, and Wimby continue to put on spectacles every single night, things that we have never seen. Shea keeps breaking Michael Jordan and Will Chamberlain records. Wimby keeps defying odds for his size and for what
Yeah.
he's able to do. He just scored 40 with 3 blocks and like 15 assists the other night. Joker, which I think is getting disrespected, I think he's the MVP, but he keeps getting disrespected, and it's because he's won multiple MVPs already. But he's averaging a triple double again, and lead. He's a center at 7 foot tall, leading the league in assists and rebounds, and averaging 28 points a game.
That's
and he's
crazy.
getting no credit, and everybody's only talking about Wemby and Shea. Now they are in the conversation, and they deserve it as well. And I believe that they're going to give it to Shea personally,
Yeah, I do
just
too.
because I think there's voter fatigue
Yeah,
for Joker because he already has multiple. Even though I
yeah,
believe what he is doing is out of this world,
it
and I
is.
think we become accustomed to it. But if this was the first year he was doing it, we would be astonished, and I think he would be the front runner for the MVP. But Luca has been balling out. He just scored 60 points, have been averaging 30 plus 33 points a game or so. Like, but I can't get over the lack of defense. There's more effort nowadays this past month, but
There
for
has
the
been
lack of
more effort.
that he attempts to, and then his character on the court with the refs and stuff, including just how he treats the game. Sometimes I'm just not a big fan of.
No, I feel you. He cried,
But
baby.
I think he's going to win the scoring title as he should, and I think he's going to be first team All NBA, which he should. But I don't think he's done enough to surpass the reigning defending champion of Shea, or what Wemby is currently doing, or what Joker has continued to do as well.
No, I agree with you on that. The only thing is, I may slide him a tad bit above Joker right now, just off of record streak. But you no, you right, you right. It amazes me though how Joker and Luca get their stuff off, man. Them dudes, man,
They're not athletic.
not at all. And they're slow. And they get it off, man. They just get it off, man. Like I
I
watched
don't
a
know what
clip
they
of
do.
Jeremy Lin. He was on ESPN and he was just talking about how like to defend Luca, quote unquote. But when he was just demonstrating what Luca does, like if you just slow it all down, it was like, oh, that's all he's doing. Like he wasn't doing nothing like
Yeah,
crazy, man. It's just a matter of like him noticing, oh, you backed up. I'm gonna step back in three. Oh, you're up on me. Like he keeps the game simple, and I guess maybe
yeah.
that's why he can go slow. I don't know, but it's quite amazing to watch. Actually, him get his shot off. It's kind of got that little Shea and that James Harden feel of like there's really nothing you can do one on one with these type of guys. So
No.
there's just
You
nothing
got to
you can
make the
do.
other players beat you. He's not going to score 130 points to win the game.
No,
So,
definitely not. Man, the question I wanted to ask, man, this is kind of it's in the NBA, but it's just kind of a question that's going around, and I asked a couple of my other homeboys, man, man, y'all been seeing that D Wade, like Pat Bev talk about D Wade and James Harden. I get what Pat Bev is trying to say, but when I sat back and thought about it, I'm like, but those really ain't two players I like to compare because they play too different. They're really not two shooting guards. D Wade is not a shooting guard. I mean, James Harden is not a shooting guard. He's really a point guard. If you want to be on, like that's just the way I felt like. Like he's a guy that you can't be a shooting guard and average 10 assists for a career.
so is Joker not a center?
What makes me ask this: is Steph Curry a point guard?
Yes.
Steph Curry, Steph Curry a point guard, but don't
He's a
average.
point guard.
But he doesn't average more assists than a James Harden. You get what I'm saying? Like he may he's a shooter and he's a shot creator like a two guard. So it's just like, but he just brings the ball down, but he's not looking to get other guys involved like a point guard.
No.
So but just to piggyback, and I was just seeing that topic go around and I was just like, man, like it is a good topic, but it's really just hard to compare those two type of players, man. But I just out of curiosity, man, if on your team you building, who you taking at their peak, at their best, D Wade or James Harden?
At their peak,
At their best, I'm taking James Harden. Like just
I'm
that is a
thinking I'm
straight,
going to take James Harden.
yeah.
I think,
There was just
and the reason is James Harden in his prime changed the game of basketball.
still to this day.
Still to this day, changed the game of basketball. He's on him, Michael Jordan, Will Chamberlain, and I think Luka just came onto the board as well. Has been historic players who have who have scored over 600 points in
Mm,
1 month of basketball, who
mm,
have averaged over 30 points for multiple seasons.
mm.
Like when he was in Houston at his prime, there was no other. I think he arguably was the best point guard in the league
Bro, he
because
averaged 35.
he averaged 35 and he was still passing it off with like 8 assists a game. Like he and when he brought in that step back, oh
That's what
my
they do,
gosh,
and that's what they're doing today. Like the side step, the step back. I don't even care if it's
yeah,
a travel. That's what they do today. To your point,
it
he
it's
changed
what
the
they
game.
do. It's within the rules. He
Yep,
brought in that getting foul baiting.
that foul
Now
baiting.
people were actually fouling him though. He took away their undisciplinedness.
Facts.
He's the one who came up like
With
this
the
whenever
sweeping up.
somebody would
Yeah,
stick their arms in
yeah.
to try to hold him back, and he's the one who swept his arms in. He's the one who brought that to the NBA, and it helped.
It
It
did
changed
help.
the entire scene. Everybody plays this way now. Shea is who Shea is because of James Harden.
Agreed. He is the. He's just a slower, like version of. Man, I was talking about Luca. That like Luca ain't really doing nothing. Man, James Harden. I watched some clips the other day. All he was doing, Reggie, was at the top of the key, dribbling between his legs. He wasn't like doing nothing. He didn't have
Nope.
a Kyrie package. Like there wasn't a counter to nothing.
Yeah.
Like this dude was like, bet you can't get it from me. Bet you can't get it from me, and then just go. Like it was quite.
He's the person who made the NBA bring in the rule of the gather step.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
was the person.
yeah,
So you can
man.
take 5 steps within one gather of the ball to get the step back. He was
And
the
it,
reason for that.
yes, man. And it's just makes it worse that he's a lefty. It's harder to guard too. Like he's just a
Yeah.
lefty that gets that off too. So no, man. I just had to throw that out there, man. That's
Yeah.
definitely going out there. That's definitely so crazy that you talked about Luca and that historic run. I do see that on my notes here. 600 plus points in March, all time level scoring. So that's what they put there, man. That's crazy right there. 15-2 stretch for the Lakers. That's crazy. Looks like Shea Alexander's consistency. He's on a record streak of 20 plus points per game. That's crazy work too, man. Dang, man. All right, man. I'm gonna shift a little bit, man, into a sleeper team, man. That I wanted to touch base that a lot of people ain't talking about what they are, but just got to keep an eye on. That's the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks are 16-2 since February. All season they've really kind of been a balling team. A little bit with Trey, but especially when they got rid of Trey, man, they are just balling over there, man. The East. I know if the playoffs started today, the Knicks would be facing the Hawks. And if I had to choose a winner out that series based off of today, I'm taking the Hawks.
Oh
They
no.
yes, they play D. There's something going on in New York. This ain't Tom's team. Like I never. I mean, I actually I know for a fact they didn't even want Mike Brown. They ain't want Mike Brown over there, man. You can tell the way they play over there. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't. I never thought Mike should have got the job either. Mike Brown, granted, good coach. I'm oh, he's a good coach, but he's not a great coach. He's not a culture changing type of coach. Every team he hasn't won anything as a head coach since LeBron James and back in the 2009-10 with the Cavs, assistant coach with the Warriors. So I just feel like Ye may have earned some experience, but as far as being the head of the snake, he's actually hasn't lived up to those expectations, man. He's been a Laker coach once, didn't work out. Went over there to Sacramento with Sabonis and Darian Fox, traded Darian Fox, like, and then he gets fired. So it's just like I don't know, man, really. And then when he gets to New York, it's just the systems change. I don't know. It seems like he took Cat out the system a little bit, so it's a little friction over there. And when you got Stephen A. on TV talking his crap, it's really not good in orange and blue skies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's kind of my reasoning why I would probably take the Hawks. Hawks have nothing to lose. They don't care who scores. They share the ball. They defend. And one other thing, man, people sleep on this, but Quinn Snyder is a sleeper good coach. He
Remember when he was with Utah?
He's with the
Yeah.
Utah Jazz, and remember this, he was with the Mizzou Tigers at one point in life too. So I ain't gonna let that go, man. So no, I know what he can do. Man, that was just a team I definitely wanted to give a shout out to, man, having a 16-2 run. There's no identity crisis going on over there, man. That team ball, man, is kind of If you don't have those stars, I do notice that these teams that share the ball and play within the system, man, I like to see that. I
Mhm.
like to still see the Spurs DNA a little bit in the NBA, man, of just good basketball, cutting without the ball, things of that nature, man.
Yeah.
So definitely wanted to give them their props on that, man. Reggie, is there a team in the NBA, man, that shocked you this year that you just was like, man, I didn't think they was gonna be good, but they're good. Besides the Celtics, I mean, I know you thought they was gonna be
Oh
good, but
yeah.
is there a team that just got caught your eye this year?
Yeah, since the beginning of January, we've seen just how crazy the Hornets have become,
Oh,
and how good that they've gotten. I mean, they're playing amazing basketball and winning games and beating some good teams as well. And I think they're creating this culture of winning that they
mm-hmm,
haven't had for a while. So I think when they brought on Zion James and they brought on Con Knipple this year and the rookies, and they already had Washington and Lamelo Ball. They got Mark Williams there. They got a lot of young players, and now since Con Knipple's there, he's been able to push them over the hump of creating a winning culture since they got some wins behind their belt, and now they're possibly looking at the playoffs as well. And I think if they get into the playoffs next year, they're going to be really good because they're going to be more disciplined.
mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to be a really good team to come into the future. And Lamelo Ball, I think, is a little disrespected, underrated maybe,
Yep.
for what he does for that team and that organization overall. He
Mm-hmm.
is one heck of a player. A little
He is, man.
immature in many
Yep.
of ways in
Yep.
life, but he is really good, and
He
I
is
think
definitely good.
he
Yes.
could be
Yeah.
a starting point guard on a championship team.
Definitely.
And I
And
think they were actually going to trade him for a minute until
I
Con
did
Knuckle
too.
came in and started balling.
I
And
any and before we go on to Con Nipple, for the people watching, I got it. I tell Reggie this all the time, but I'll tell y'all, I was the first one to say Con Nipple was gonna be trash in the NBA. I said, Reggie, I wouldn't take that dude. I said, man, that dude's going to the NBA. What? I was just like, no way, that dude's trash, man. Cooper Flag to me had the Duke just. He was Duke at that time. Like I didn't see nobody else, man. Like just I only seen Cooper, man, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I was so wrong, man. Like Cooper may have been so good, I couldn't see Knupple's talent. Like
yep,
that dude's good, man. Knuckle is really, really like that. Like, and to your point, yes, I do think Lamelo Ball was on his way. He was on his way out. Like they even went to the bench with him a little bit. Like there was just some stuff going on. And yes, once Knuckle start not only playing well, but I almost feel like once like his play style even fits LaMelo Ball too. So like it just worked hand in hand as well for LaMelo as well, like another shot maker, another person that could help LaMelo look good for coach. Like it's hard to I feel like in LaMelo's case being a pass first type of point guard if you ain't got players like that either too. So then him being immature at times like you mentioned, it's gonna rub off if it's not a good leader, and you know how that does. That'll trickle down into the team, and we've seen that with losing within that organization since he's kind of been there. We always seen the talent, but that kind of just that leadership is kind of where he lacked. And I do agree. Kneppel kind of started that whole little thing this year. And guess what? Brandon Miller's been playing great. Like everybody's kind of been playing within that role, and I'm with you. Even Lamelo has fallen back. Like he's actually what the
yeah,
third, or he may be the third option on there, but that's okay. You're the point guard, man, and it's like you're the
yeah.
engine. Like that's fine. And they've been playing better since Lamelo has taken that
Oh
role to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Con Knipple came in there and started shooting those threes, and Melo shoots threes really, really well as well. But when you have two great shooters like that, you spread the floor so much
Yes.
that you
Facts.
create more opportunities for the center. You create more one-on-one opportunities for Brandon Miller and Washington. And now everybody
Oh, I
gets more
forgot about
shots.
PJ.
Now
I
everybody,
forgot
and
he's
they're
over
always
there.
afraid of Lamelo and Con Knipple on both sides of the court. and they're going to stay up at the arc. Oh my gosh, it just opens everything up and spreads the floor more, and that's why I think they're winning more and more games.
And they sleeping on Kobe White that got traded over there. That hey,
Mm,
him off the bench gets buckets, man. Like that was a
yeah, that's
sleep.
true.
That was a sleeper pickup they got for him from the Bulls for sure, man, for
Yep.
sure. Um, Something else I just wanted to touch base on, man. Anthony Edwards hit a in the month of March. He hit a 10,000 career points. That's a lot just for granted for he's not a high volume 3-point shooter. So that's a heck of accomplishment. I do kind of senses like these guys that's coming in the league that's 4 to 5 years in the league, man. Like with the way the game is played, like these scoring records, man, within the next 20 years are gonna be just broken so fast, or compared to years past, especially these career points. So just something to kind of, I don't know. I like it, but I don't. It lets me know that the defense is a little shaky, but I don't want to take nothing away from the offensive player, man. So shout out to Anthony Edwards on 10,000 career points. I wanted to shift to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard been on a man. He's something else. Him and the Clippers, man. They started off shaky, but some changes. Chris Paul out of there. They made a couple of tweaks with Zubac out of there. I ain't gonna lie, man. They did get your boy from Indiana, Ben Matherin. I did
Yep.
like that, and buddy from Cleveland. They got Garland, so they got some talent over there. But man, Kawhi and the Clippers, man, they're a scary team in the West in the play in. I I don't want to play them just because I know there's nothing to lose for them. They're playing with house money. Kawhi is just Kawhi, man. When I watch that dude, man, he's something else, man. Like he's good. He's really good, man. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about him, but he's good. He's just fun to watch, but he's boring. But he just gets it done, man. I don't know, man. He just gets it done, man. And I'm a little biased. I like Ty Lue. He's from Mexico, Missouri, man. He's kind of close to hometown to me, so I kind of got a little deep connection with the Clippers, me being a Laker fan. But I like what I've seen with them. I like that they, I think, man, they're a little 2 games above 500. Man, they're in the play-in now, man. The beginning before All Star break, they had them guys saying OKC was going to get their pick. So to see them turn that around, I'm excited to see. The West is gonna be nasty come that play-in time, that playoff time, and the Clippers is a team that
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to play, man. Like that's just truth, man. What you think about the Clippers and Kawhi, man?
Yeah, I think the Clippers look really well with, like you said, some of the moves that they've made. Benedict Mathurin is pretty good on defense, and
Oh
you
yeah.
got Garland coming in who can handle point at any time. I believe they still who's the they still got just lost his name. I know they have Kawhi and
Which one?
um,
The dunker?
no, not the dunker. I forgot his name. Real good guy. I think he was an All Star this year as well. Forgot his name, but
You ain't thinking of Norman
Kawhi,
Powell, are you?
Norman Powell.
Yeah, he
Norman
went to the
Powell.
Heat though. Yeah, they. I wish they
Oh, he
kept him. I
did.
wish they kept him. No, they did. They
Yeah,
needed him though. They needed Norman this year, bro. I
yeah, they
know.
do need him. But
Hmm.
otherwise, Kawhi's still balling out. I
He
think
is.
they can beat any team in the West besides Oklahoma City,
Me
and
too.
come on. I think they beat any of them in the first round.
I do too.
Um,
I do
so
too.
we'll have to
I
see
do
what
too.
happens. I know everybody talks a lot about San Antonio, but they're not battle tested yet. And Kawhi's battle tested. Ty Lue's battle tested. The Clippers are battle tested. They could beat any
Mm.
team, and I wouldn't want to see them first round in the West at all. I
I
also
know.
wouldn't want to see Phoenix. I wouldn't
Well,
want to see either one of those teams.
Phoenix is my surprise team this year. I definitely thought that they were gonna be just, I don't know, man. There's nothing, man. But and Book has not played a lot of the season either, man. Like he's been all
But
right,
when
but
he does,
when he does, no, no, no. And him and Brooks, man, they had a thing going, man, too, man. Before Brooks got his little self, yeah,
Brooks looking like an all star with
he
Dick
was,
D
man.
Book.
He was. And I hope Memphis understands, and any teams out there, like Dylan Brooks he's annoying, he's a gnat. He may just, but he's a guy that you want on your team. You just don't want to play against. Like
Yep.
everywhere he goes, he brings a culture to him, man. Like he did it with Memphis, he did it with Houston. As soon as he ain't with
Yep.
Houston, I don't know, man. So shout out Dylan Brooks, man. Just
Yep.
don't drink and drive. And what Stephen A say, man, stay off the
Yep.
weed. Yeah. So no, man, Phoenix definitely, man. Hey, I just was watching some highlights of Phoenix. Matter of fact, who your boy from Duke, man? What was his name last year?
Grayson Allen.
No, the other one, the tall black dude.
Not Mark Williams.
No, the guy
Uh,
last year that played with Cooper.
what's his name? He had one of them African names.
The African name, yeah, him. Hey,
I
man,
forgot his name. I forgot to say his name.
when Phoenix gets him right, man, he's gonna be something else, man. Like he is a blocking defensive machine, man. I was like, gosh, man, like he brings a different little toughness and defense to the Suns that I know in the West they're gonna end up using and needing when you go against your Wimbies and your Jokers, and just a little bit more of the physicality that the West
Yep.
brings. So I'm glad Phoenix definitely got some size over there to help them out for sure. Hey man, before we head out, man, we're gonna end it with a start bench cut. Just a little,
Mm.
just a nice, yeah, man. So I'm gonna throw these names out here, and these are healthy names. Now, I mean, as if they're healthy. All right, we're
Hmm.
gonna start it off with this, man. We're gonna start with the big man, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Victor Wembanyama, all healthy. Who we starting, who we cutting, and who we benching?
Starting Victor, benching. Oh shoot, this one's tough. Anthony
Tough,
Davis and
ain't
Joel Embiid. I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna bench Anthony Davis and cut Joel Embiid.
it? Cut Joel Embiid. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't keep. Joel Embiid is injured way too much. Not that Anthony Davis isn't, but Anthony Davis is a champion,
Yeah.
so I got to
I
give
like
him
that.
that.
No. I like that. I actually, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna, I'm gonna start AD just because. Let me get my little first little woo wop for him before he hurt his fingernail, and then I'm gonna bench Wimby because I know when Wimby come in, it's over with. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I'm gonna cut Joel. Just he's unguardable too. But man, one thing about I wish Joel would be more on that block a little bit more. His style of play is a little bit, just a little bit too much on the outside. And had his had his physique been a little bit like different as a big, I could understand. But man, that dude is 7 foot 280. Like that's a big old boy. If you don't
yeah,
go on that block and put your butt on one of them boys and back them down, man. Like, come on, man. So yeah. That's my beef with Joel Embiid. All right, man. We're gonna switch it to the wings. We got Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard, all at their peak.
all at their peak. Um, I'm going to start Kevin Durant.
Ooh,
Start Kevin Durant. He's good. He's really good in the beginning of the games.
agreed.
I'm going to, as if they're not injured. You said
Yep.
so. Oh, that's tough. I'm a. I'm going to. Dang, that's a tough one. I'm gonna bench Kawhi and cut LeBron.
Okay, LeBron.
I'm
Why?
gonna bench Kawhi, cut LeBron. Um, I'm assuming you're talking about this season, and Kawhi is a little younger, and he's just balling out this season. And I need that energy off the bench. And
Mm.
LeBron is taking a third to fourth level of his team role, and I just rather have Kawhi than LeBron at this moment.
I'm gonna go that route too with you. I agree with the same way. I like Kevin Durant starting off the game. Kawhi is a better two-way right now, offense and defense. So I'm with you. And LeBron's just at an age where I don't know if he feel like playing today. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Hey, here's this one. Who do you trust the most with that last shot on those three?
I trust Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna go Kawhi just because I like Kevin. Don't get it twisted. And the reason why I'm gonna say no to Kevin is because I seen that brother miss these free throws lately. Like I'm like, man, you be missing these little free throws to win the game, man. Like, I don't know. Kawhi just got that little Kobe, little quiet, little crap in him. I don't know, man.
Well, I
I
wanted
can't.
to give it to Kawhi because he made that shot in 2019, but with the
Can't go wrong with
Raptors.
Kevin.
But
Yeah,
I
you
wanted to
can't
give
go
it to
wrong with
KD
Kevin.
because KD did it so many times in those rivalries with Cleveland.
He's 7 foot. He can get a shot off. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's no
Yeah,
for sure, for sure. Let me see here. Let me see here. Damn man, those two. Nah, I like that. I like the way we gonna end it with that. You know what? No, no, no. We gotta have the point guards. We gonna end it with the point guards. All right, man.
yeah.
Healthy. Steph Curry, Kyrie, Damian Lillard.
Woo!
That's the hardest one of the.
I'm
To me, that's the
gonna.
hardest one.
Jeez.
That's the hardest
I
one.
think I'm gonna. Nah, it ain't hard.
Shoot.
I'm gonna start Kyrie. Kyrie's scary, and don't nobody want to face him. And in the
Okay.
beginning of the game, he's gonna catch people off lacking because they're not in the game yet. They're still warming up. And
Mm,
second, I'll take Steph off the bench. I need
yeah,
Steph in clutch time with a lot of energy, and I'm gonna cut Dame because he just hasn't won anything, and he might win a game for me and make the last shot, but he ain't winning me no championship.
I agree. I'm gonna go that same way, just different reasons. I am gonna start Kyrie just because, yeah, Kyrie just starting that game's got a different attack. I feel like he's different starting that
Yep.
game. Steph off the bench with his scoring capability just kind of screams like a, hey, we just need you to come off the bench and make some shots for us. Cutting Dame because reason why I got Dame and Steph off, I got Dame cutting because Dame can't get Dame. We could say he's not as great of a shooter as Steph. He could shoot further than Steph. I've seen that. As far as like a regular jump shot, that brother can shoot further than Steph. However, he can't create and get to the bucket like Steph Curry. Like, just little floaters or
No.
little things like Steph Curry can get me more buckets in different ways than Damian Lillard can. So I like that. I like that, man. But all three of them at their peak is just all like it's all just it's all off the dribbling, shooting half court threes, and just like a bunch of ankle breaker type of point. I love those 3 point guards, man. They kind of
Yep.
set a foundation for the new generation of point guards. As far as maybe not height wise, but as far as three level scoring, being a scoring point guard,
Yep.
they kind of set that mark, going forward. So no, man, that's man, that's tough. And speaking of Steph, I seen that he's coming back on Sunday. Um, I don't think they should. I don't think he should come back. I think the Warriors is over with. You're not winning you may not even win the play in. So it's just like, why risk Steph? Just let him stay out, get healthy. See if the Warriors can make a package for Giannis this summer. I do think
Mm,
they'll be one of the more aggressive teams this summer because after watching this year and what they have, change is on the way. If it ain't changes within that roster, Steve Kerr's out. Like something's happening. It may be Mike
yeah.
Dunleavy may be out. Somebody's out of there if they don't get land a big fish this year. So or in the summertime.
Yep.
So it'll be kind of exciting to see what the Warriors do in the last couple years of Steph Curry. When I watched them a couple weeks ago when he was down in Charlotte with his dad, I was thinking like, man, what if he went to Charlotte? Like, man, what could Charlotte give up? What could Charlotte give up? Because man, I often talk to my boys about this. I'm like, man, that year the Warriors drafted James Wiseman. Do you know they passed on Lamelo Ball? Like that could have been Lamelo and Steph Curry and Clay at that time, and like
Woo.
I'm just like, bro, yeah, like so. I don't know, man. That would have been exciting to see. Um,
Yeah.
Steph off the ball. I think Steph Curry actually could add a little bit more years to his longevity if he were to play off the ball and had a legitimate point guard, on his team
Yeah.
that could get him the ball. So I don't know, man. I'm a big Steph Curry fan. I like watching him play. He's exciting these last 10 so years. When he shoots the ball, if you're not a basketball fan, you're excited to see him shoot that ball, man. Like it's just
Yep.
he gave a different feeling on basketball. So I just like to see he's kind of got that feeling like once LeBron's out, Steph's out, it's like, oh man, like where do we get it from? Oh, where do we get that excitement from? Are we leaning on Zion's dunks? Are we leaning on Anthony Edwards? Or are we leaning on Shea Alexander hitting us with or Luca hitting us with the slow game? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the game is definitely evolving. Um, it's I'm gonna end it on this, man. The league is in great hands. I think the league is Wimby's league. In the next couple years, if he's healthy, man, he's gonna be GOAT conversation just based off of two way, what he brings, man. And
We'll see what Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum, if Jason Tatum wins another ring, has to say. But
you know what I think
I
about
feel you
Tatum.
though.
Tatum win another ring, he's out of there. He's out of the Celtics. He's coming here, baby. Yeah,
Never.
he's coming to
The Celtics
LA.
ain't never letting that happen.
Let it go, man. Just let one of them
Never.
go. Let one of them go. We need one of them. Y'all don't need two. Y'all don't need two, man. I before we go, one thing I wanted to I told my boy this too. He was talking about the Jazz and all. And I was like, you know what the Jazz are doing? The Jazz is doing what the Celtics is doing. He's like, what you talking about? I'm like, hey, I know who's over there in Utah, and that's Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge got Jalen
Mhm.
and he got Tatum. And guess what he's doing this year or summer? He's got Ace Bailey and he's going to draft AJ DeMonster. And
Ooh.
he's got his next two wings, man. He's got his two
And they
six
got
eight.
Laurie Markkinen.
They got Lori. They gonna end up trading him I know, but they're gonna trade him to get picks and stuff. Like they don't need him. They got Jaron Jackson. They got Keontae George. Man, they got some players over there. They still got Kessler, the other tall white center. Man, they got some players over there, man. So I'm just like, yeah, Ace Bailey, AJ DeBonsta, man, it's too conflict of interest over there. The owner of this Utah is a BYU donor. The head coach of this Jazz is something BYU. Everything is BYU Utah Jazz right now, bro. So if it ain't tampering, I don't know what is. The
Yeah.
AJ's going to the Jazz, and him and Ace Bailey will be the next two, duo wings that in the future. So I like that by Danny, but he ain't slick. I seen what he's
Yeah.
doing. I like that logic though because it's hard to guard 6'8" wings. It's hard. Clippers try
Yeah.
to do it. The Clippers try to do it with Paul George and Kawhi at a time. So I do like the logic. And they seen that they worked with the Celtics. I think teams try to take that blueprint, man. It's just finding the right 6'8" type of guys or taller wings that can do everything, defend and score. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's the NBA is definitely in good hands, man. And man, that's hey, oh man, we hit an hour, man. I could have talked for three. Man, Reggie, we appreciate your contribution to the show,
Yep.
man, to the pod, man. You're welcome anytime. All the listeners out there, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, we're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. We're on Instagram. Anywhere you get your podcast, we are on. Like, share, subscribe, share it as much as you can. Please like, subscribe in the comments. Let us know what we can do to improve the channel. Again, this is We Were Athletes Once podcast. We signing out for tonight. We'll tune back in after that final four, man, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all love.